Greetings to everyone. Today, we're diving even deeper into the mysterious world of Sprunki. Without wasting any time, let's jump straight into some wild theories. Let's start with a theory from one of the users who left an absolutely mind-bending comment. Don't forget to share your own theories as well. We're always curious to hear what you think about these ideas. The most captivating and thought-provoking ones will be featured in our next video. Now let's get right into the theories. First theory. This user has one of the most fascinating theories that will completely change how you view the game. What if the horror mode is nothing more than a series of schizophrenic hallucinations experienced by the character Gray? Think about it. Mr. Fun Computer utters the line, "Something happened. They're all dead. They're not real. You can't hide. You're not safe." Focus on that specific line. They're not real. Could this suggest that Gray is suffering from psychotic hallucinations? Gray, being one of the most somber and gloomy characters, might be battling deep-seated mental health issues. His dark persona and behaviors strongly hint at the possibility of him having a disturbed psyche. Supporting this, we have official information confirming that Gray is the main character of the horror mode. Have you ever wondered why that is? This theory perfectly explains the reasoning behind it. Furthermore, Black could symbolize Gray's mental illness. Every time Black appears, everything turns into a terrifying nightmare that spirals out of control. People Gray knows become monstrous or meet sudden, inexplicable deaths. It's as though his entire reality fractures under the weight of his mind's instability. But let's expand on that. What if all the environments, characters, and creatures are merely extensions of Gray's fractured mental state? Every creature he encounters could represent some part of his psyche: fear, anger, despair, or guilt. The lines between reality and illusion are constantly blurred for Gray, and the more time he spends in this nightmare, the deeper he falls into his psychosis. Perhaps Mr. Fun Computer isn't just a villain, but a reflection of the rational part of Gray's mind, desperately trying to warn him about his mental deterioration. This theory, though unconventional, really makes you rethink everything about the game. After considering all the clues, it feels like the pieces of the puzzle finally fit, and you'll never see the game in the same light again. Could this theory actually be true? Do you agree with the idea that the entire horror mode is just a manifestation of Gray's crumbling mental state? We're eager to know what you think about this. Drop your thoughts in the comments. This could turn into an intense discussion. I'll be reading all of your insights, and who knows, maybe one of your ideas will expand this theory even further. Second theory. The next theory suggests that the creator of Incredibox Sprunki was inspired by a serial killer when designing the character Wenda. This theory is quite fascinating, especially because in the horror mode, Wenda's eyes and her eerie, almost psychopathic smile are genuinely disturbing. I believe that someone from the Colorbox Mustard group might have driven Wenda insane due to a device that was placed on her eyes, forcing them open, making her watch something truly horrifying. This form of torture could have broken her mentally. It's possible that Wenda already had psychological issues from the start, or perhaps she was suffering from a mental disorder, and the cruel experiments and torment by the Colorbox Mustard Mafia exacerbated her fragile state. In fact, some members of the Colorbox Mustard group are portrayed as a mafia-like organization, and Wenda may have crossed them or violated some kind of deal. This theory dives deeper into Wenda's backstory, portraying her as a tragic figure who was mentally shattered by the brutalities she faced, which could explain her unsettling behavior and appearance in horror mode. Tan Tunner, according to this theory, was likely a sheriff in the town during better times. His role was to protect the other Sprunki and ensure their survival, but he met a tragic end when Wenda shot him. This could symbolize the breakdown of law and order within the game's universe, as Wenda, once a victim, transformed into a chaotic and dangerous figure. Now, let's expand on this idea further. What if Wenda wasn't just tortured by Colorbox Mustard, but was specifically chosen because of her fragile psyche? Perhaps they saw her as an easy target, someone they could manipulate and push to her breaking point, turning her into a tool for their sinister agenda. Wenda's journey from a vulnerable character to a cold-blooded killer could reflect a deeper theme in the game: how unchecked power and cruelty can corrupt and destroy the human mind. Moreover, there's the chilling possibility that Wenda's psychopathy was no accident. What if Colorbox Mustard needed her to become unhinged for their own twisted purposes? By warping her mind, they may have hoped to unleash chaos and fear among the other Sprunki, ensuring their dominance over the world of the game. Additionally, the theory mentions that Mr. Fun Computer could be the only one genuinely trying to save us, or at least warn us that everything we're seeing is a lie. His ominous messages like, "You can't hide, all you can do is run," might be his attempt to help us understand that nothing is as it seems, and the horrors we face aren't real, but rather manipulations designed to trap us in fear. This theory, while unconventional, provides some solid evidence and makes us reconsider the role each character plays in the game's universe. What do you think? Could Wenda truly be inspired by a serial killer, manipulated and tortured into becoming the terrifying figure we see in the horror mode? Or is there an even darker story hidden beneath the surface? Let us know your thoughts on this theory. I'd love to hear what you all think about these connections. Be sure to share your insights, and who knows, one of your comments might help us unravel the full mystery in our next discussion. Third theory. This next theory is quite intriguing. Wenda is canonically a cat. If we take a close look at the Sprunki characters in horror mode, many of them have cuts or parts of their faces and bodies torn apart. These jagged wounds could have been inflicted by Wenda because, as a cat, she would have claws capable of tearing things apart. The theory suggests that during these moments of destruction, Wenda may have lost control of herself. Let's expand on this idea. If Wenda is indeed a cat or a feline-like creature, her behavior in horror mode could represent an instinctual, almost feral state where she is driven by primal urges. Cats are known for their unpredictable behavior, especially when they're cornered or frightened, which could explain her sudden attacks and violent tendencies in the game. Wenda may have been driven to madness by forces beyond her control, causing her to lash out at her fellow Sprunki, leaving them disfigured and scarred. His ability to bend reality could have allowed him to create the chaotic, nightmarish environment we see in horror mode. It's likely that Black manipulated Wenda into becoming his ally by exploiting her feline instincts, making her an unpredictable and dangerous enforcer of his will. If Wenda's transformation into a feral, uncontrollable force was orchestrated by Black, it could symbolize the way he twists and corrupts the natural order, turning even innocent creatures into monsters. Furthermore, I believe Mr. Sun, Durple, Simon, and Wenda are all allies of Black in this dark, twisted version of the game. This theory paints a chilling picture of Black's influence over the world of Sprunki, and how he's able to warp even the most unlikely characters into his allies. It also raises the question of whether anyone can resist Black's power, or if they're all doomed to become his pawns in this terrifying nightmare. Theory 4. This theory was written by one of my followers, and it's really interesting. Have you noticed how Veneria's eyes look so different in the horror mode? What happened to her? The theory suggests that Wenda might have locked Veneria in the basement, and before doing so, threw a monster snail in there. This snail infected Veneria with some kind of virus that killed her. The snail then crawled inside her body and pushed its eyes through Veneria's eyes. Essentially, this monster snail became a parasite within Veneria's body. Since Veneria is a plant, in the horror version she turned yellow because plants turn yellow when they die. Well, that's all I have for now. Be sure to leave your own theories in the comments. We'll notice and support you. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.